Alright. We're finally watching another Civvie video. Professional cereal nightmare. What? I honestly forgot that this was a thing that a lot of companies did, where, like, food companies and drink companies and stuff, like, they made games based off of their fucking, food and drinks and stuff. Which is just a weird thing to think about, but yeah, they actually did this a lot. Like in early 2000s, I want to say, especially. This is one more famous ones. I'm surprised I didn't hear about this one then, because the only one I can think of off the top of my head is, wasn't there a Pepsi dude game that I can vaguely remember hearing about? Let's go, Civvie! There we go. Yeah, looking at Chex, weirdly, now I'm just wanting Chex Mix.
The year was 1996. Little idiot child Civvie opens a box of corn Chex to pour himself a bowl before he has to go to school so he can learn what happens to that giant chicken that was menacing Hoboken, New Jersey.
Pepsi Man, yeah. I knew there was a Pepsi one. I remember that one.
So I pour this cereal, but something else comes out. It's a video game on a compact disc. And oh boy, it comes with 53 hours of America Online version 3.0. You guys would not believe how the internet used to work. You used to have to use a modem that downloaded things at like 5 kilobytes a second. To get on the internet,
the good old days.
Your fucking telephone. Get re.
Now you can get a free CD-ROM game inside boxes of Chex cereals. Help Chex Man battle the Flemoids and save the planet Pazoik.
Okay. We love to see
Free and specially marked boxes of Chex
the way that kid was definitely not playing.
They were just giving me a free video game. I knew video games. We had Mario and we had Mario 3 and we had some games on the computer too. So I popped this CD-ROM into my dad's Pentium 90 and installed it and booted it up. And hey, wait a minute, this is Doom. Because I was an 8-year-old who had played Doom, I recognized this immediately. This is what Doom used to look like when you booted it up in DOS. And then I started playing it, and this game is literally a commercially licensed Chex branded Doom clone.
This is honestly not that surprising, because if you want to make a quick buck when you don't really care too much about making something original or your own, you basically just have like a Doom clone. Original Doom clone, because there was a lot after the first Doom, a lot. Yeah, this basically could have been someone making a mod for the original Doom, honestly.
Weapons work the same, the enemies work the same, you collect colored key cards to open doors, to
Doom with the Bible,
switch to exit. The cereal company took something as pure and innocent as Doom and turned it into this corrupt corporate advertisement for... Okay, I guess Chex isn't the most insidious breakfast cereal around. Not when we have like Chips Ahoy cereal or Peeps cereal. Peep cereal. Snoop cereal. I know that's legal in a lot of states now, but Jesus. Chex Quest was originally released as one episode on a CD-ROM in 1996, and then a second episode was released online in 1997 as an add-on to the original. And that one was said to be rushed out the door according to something I read on Wikipedia that I'm thoughtlessly regurgitating into this video. But then the third episode didn't happen. It didn't happen. Coincidentally, Chex was sold by Ralston to General Mills. So guess what, motherfuckers? This video has corpo bullshit in it too. The Chex Warrior died for our sins.
A volcano exploded.
Oh my God!
Launching particles of rock into space. One of these asteroids was captured by the squadron.
What the fuck? These animations.
We were investigating these blobulars as proof of cereal life on other planets when we discovered that they actually contain eggs to an evil cereal-eating creature from another dimension.
What?
We call them Flemoids.
Okay, Chex scientist, what do you suggest? Is it kill them all?
Flamoid eggs are exposed to nutritional substances. The eggs hatch. Preposterous.
What
We
the
have a nutritional development center in the caverns of Bezoik. They're growing fruit and vegetables, and they haven't had any trouble.
They haven't had any trouble growing fruits and vegetables in a fucking cave? Are you sure?
2 days ago, we lost contact with Bezoik. We can only assume
drama.
the Flemoids have taken over.
To make matters worse, we have found that conventional weapons seem to have no
These
effect
old
on
school
Flemoids.
goofy
By
ass
recalibrating
fucking
the
graphics.
phase frequency of our Zorchers to match that of our transporters, we can send the Flemoids back to their own dimension.
Oh my god, my eyes.
A volunteer.
they're all hiding under their fucking desks.
I honestly can't believe they put this much effort into a video game based on a cereal, and that any of this exists. There is a Donut Man, and they didn't even make him a Chex cop. Alright, story's out of the way, let's play this thing. But also, I want to make it a little spicy, so we're playing on Nightmare. Oh, sorry, I mean super slimy. Sure, it's
Yeah, I
Chex
think-
Quest, a game made for babies.
I think what it-
It's not gonna...
I think what it was is like, I don't think the cereal corpos over here were really that interested in it. They just wanted to make a quick buck, you know, make a little extra money, also use it as advertisement for like kids. I think the devs that got assigned this had the most fun with this fucking thing. You know they had a lot more freedom with it. You know they had fun. They're like, we are going to make this the Doom clone.
be hard, even if the Flemoids keep respawning endlessly, meaning that my sending them back to their own dimension is only temporary, and that my battle against the slime is an unending war, and that my actions really have no effect in the grand scheme of things. They'll always be back, no matter what I do.
Oh my
Endless
God.
war, and the only true option is surrender
Jesus Christ.
to the slime.
Ugh.
When I say that Chex Quest is like Doom, I mean it is practically identical in terms of gameplay. This is what we like to call a total conversion. They replace the graphics and sound, but everything under the hood is basically the same. So much so that I can run this in any Doom source port. Observe, Zorching your first Flemoids. Oh God, what even is this? There's no violence at all. You're teleporting them back to their home dimension. Katie, turn all the blood red. Now, Katie, more red. Some
More!
people hunger for Chex, but I lust for blood. So if you compare this to Doom mods from the mid-90s, yeah, this is pretty good. The devs reportedly had some experience making custom Doom levels, but custom Doom levels in 1996 were kinda trash. Not everybody was American McGee, you know? And to be entirely fair to Chex Quest, it looks great. The textures and sprite work are cartoony but nicely drawn. The level design for the time is
a
clean,
lot of fucking
concise,
blue, though. It's hurting my
readable,
eyes.
and not too complicated. Secrets are marked or hinted at similarly to Doom, although they're a little more generous in Chex Quest, since I've got a chain gun, a rapid Zorcher, in the second minute of playing. The enemies at the moment
The fuck
sound
was
like
that?
they're all doing Zoidberg impressions as I violently send them back to their dimension so they don't eat all our cave apples or whatever. I think their plan is to cover all our food in green slime and... Hey, wait a fucking minute! So I'm Zorching a theoretically infinite number of Flemoids, and I noticed this first
Oh
level
my
is,
God.
kind of more
Oh,
complicated
hey, thank you
than
for the
Doom's first
follow.
level. I have to
Welcome,
find
welcome.
2 keys to get out of it, and at the end, I'm faced with the game's replacement for the pink demon, the Flemoidus Cycloptus. Again, it's a cool
Flemoidus
replacement, but it is the pink
Cycloptus.
demon with different graphics.
Say that
if I had a
3 times
shotgun, or
fast.
the game's equivalent of a shotgun, or if... Oh, that's right, I forgot, we can make Chex Quest brutal. Brutal Chex Quest. This is what you all wanted, right? Gobs of goo. Nightmare Chex. In a nice little intermission screen, we see Chex Man using a spoon to get Flemoid goo off of his feet, which is, kind of like scraping the viscera of your enemies off your combat boots. It's still Doom. It's still Doom! Off to the storage facility, a more complex level than I remember it being as a kid, but that was nearly 30 years ago. I'm not what you would call a casual Chex Quest enjoyer who just boots it up all the time for the riveting gameplay, because I have Doom. Right up here near the yellow key, I find the plasma rifle. I mean the phasing Zorcher. And I haven't even found the shotgun yet. I'm doing something wrong here because I find another one in the refrigerated storage area. And because we're operating on Doom Nightmare rules, I'm getting twice as much ammo per pickup because the enemies respawn indefinitely. And oh boy, am I feeling it. Like, this isn't hard, but it's pretty hectic. The main containment area gets reinfested with flemoids every time I go through it. At some point, I got the rocket launcher.
Yeah, they probably did that to make
Propulsor
it
here,
last
but
longer.
every Chex Quest fan watching this knows what I've been stumbling around this level looking for.
We love secret areas.
That's right, Chex Developer Room. With the game's BFG, the LAS device. Which
Yeah,
is
they
the
used to
BFG.
do that a lot. They don't do that anymore because they barely have time to finish the actual main game. You're not allowed to have fun
Next
extra
up,
things,
laboratory,
secret things
where we
you can
our
find
most
in a game
valued
anymore.
Piece of technology. This super boot spork. The constant crowd control with the plasma gun is
Watch out,
probably
I got
the
a
most fun
spork.
I've ever had with this game. Unlike the last level, this one doesn't require me to backtrack because I'm looking for the game's biggest
Fear
secret.
my
I'm plowing
spork.
through, I'm zorching these motherfuckers. Oh hey, finally, the shotgun. What I think is the most important part of this level is the exit fake out with a monster closet behind it. Because how else will the kids learn about John Romero-esque traps if you don't let them play violent games? I mean, virtually no code has been changed. This is still the game programmed by Romero and AI controller and seeker of the final abstraction, John
That's very
Carmack.
true.
That is
Like, if
somehow the
there
most
was, like,
sinister
a-
title
an
I've ever written for him. The next
modern
level, no
triple
joke,
quadruple A
taught child
games.
Civvy what an arboretum is. And
The
that's
size
kinda
of the
nice. I
dev
learned something
room,
from a
the
video
secret
game
dev room in a
besides what people
game,
look like
would have
turned
to be
inside out by a rocket.
fucking
all these damn
ginormous.
flemoids after our precious fruit. Nobody steals our chiquitas.
It would be like half the
and
download.
Alright, Katie, don't put that one in. That one feels bad. I'm not anywhere close to dying yet, but this is still kind of spicy. A lot of flemoids to zorch, and a lot of them getting zorched right back. The gooey climax of episode 1... Oh god, no, I'm sorry for that too. The Caverns of Bezoik, where I remember I need to get footage of myself using the super boot spork. There we go. This level confused me for a couple reasons. One, because it's a mess of caves and slime.
And that it is
Two, because I
DLC.
picked up
No,
two yellow
it would be
keys
a
somehow.
pre-order
And three,
bonus.
because I find a secret that takes me directly to the boss, a wall of goo. I had to pause to show it to you, or else you'd miss it. And now we reach the colonists who are cocooned in some green shit, but they're fine, it's cool. Kill me. After sending the monstrous Phlegmbrain back to his own dimension, you free the captives. Yet Phlemoids are everywhere. During the return, you are congratulated for a daring rescue, but you issue a warning. We haven't seen the last of the Phlemoids. Unfortunately, you are correct, for as you return home, you find that the Phlemoids have somehow followed you here. Prepare for Chex Quest 2, Terror in Chex City. Well, yeah, I'll play that too. Why not? It only took me half an hour to beat the first episode, so let's go. Chex Quest 2 Chex Men United already looks like an upgrade. Look at that sky. Look at them trying to do a realistic diner and shit. Look at the vents you can still phase through because it's like Tech War because the tech just didn't exist in the Doom engine. This time we get the shotgun immediately, and despite the number 2 in the title, there's no super shotgun or super large Zorcher in this. Will make do. There does seem to be a certain evolution in terms of detail in the levels. They're more ambitious. There's new enemies that are, well, they're still Doom enemies, but they're new to Chex Quest. From the spaceport, we make our way to a completely infested movie theater, which is cute. It's got sub-Duke 3D attempts at realistic details, and little
YouTube?
parody movie posters. My favorite is just the Jaws one called
YouTube?
Shark. And then there's, I think, a Chex man named Minnesota Joe,
I don't know
famous
what's up
for
with YouTube
saying,
today.
"Oh geez, you know I don't
Some of
much
the
like
videos
them
have been
Nazi
kinda-
fellers." Outside on the marquee, it says they're playing Spaceship Potemkin, which signals to me that the society that these Chex people have built is, in fact, serial communism. I can't believe
Not
Ralston would do this.
not
And I know what
serial
you're gonna say.
communism,
That's
shut
serial
up.
Marxist
Oh my
Leninism,
God.
not serial communism. Serial communism has never really been tried. And to that I say, do you know what the Bolsheviks did to Count Chocula's family?
Oh, fuck off.
No, they do not have a Chex baby in a carriage falling down the stairs. Stop it, Chex Quest. After clearing out the cinema, we get to the museum, which allows me to further speculate on this communist serial utopia. Instead, I'm filled with other questions, like what were Chex dinosaurs made of, and what did Chex Van Gogh cut off? I had read that Chex Quest 2 was a little bit rushed out to help capitalize on the Chex Quest craze, and yeah, that kind of shows in this level in particular. It's a little empty in places, and you can contrast that with the more detailed other bits of the level, like this dark storage maze with honest-to-God lighting gradients, which, like, man, in 1997, in Doom? It's not as common as you'd think. So then you get teleported out into a hedge maze, which seems pretty on brand. You know, the sort of thing you'd totally see on the back of a cereal box. Too bad this is the Doom engine, and this is a big open area. I can check the map, and yeah, it's all there. Episode 2's penultimate level takes us into the streets of Chextropolis, fighting waves of phlemoids that seem to be coming out of the sewer grates. And when I finish the level, I find out that, yup, that's where they're all coming from.
Of course, it's always the fucking sewer.
The sewer
Chex
system. This is a children's game, and you fill it with
Yeah,
shit.
is
You know what? The layout is confusing, and the respawning
my
enemies
God.
do start to mess with me a little. At one point, I'm brought down to 117 health, but then I pick up a supercharge. Breakfast. This looks like it's based off all those commercials they used to air where it was like part of a complete breakfast, and they would show like cereal and a whole pitcher of milk and orange
270
juice and
sewers and
toast and a
Civvie
muffin and a
so
whole
far.
bowl of fruit and then
He's
some
literally
fucking
traveling
Cumberlands and steal your
through shit
Crunch Berries. Listen, for
to make
Chex
these
Quest,
videos for us,
this
you
final
guys.
battle is brutal. I have to defeat the Maximus Phlemoids, which I think are replacements for the Baron of Hell, so they're not quite as tough as their size would suggest. Still, I think I'm okay.
God damn. Damn.
You zorched the remaining Phlemoids who had gathered in the sewers. Chex
Should have
City
took him
has
down
been
with the
saved.
spork though.
It seems that the Phlemoid
I have a
threat
feeling the
has
spork is
finally
like
ended.
OP.
10 years pass in peace and prosperity. Wait, what? But the Phlemoids were not defeated, and their desire to control the nutritionally rich cereal dimension has not diminished. They have gathered all their forces, opened a gigantic
drama.
interdimensional rift in space, and now a great ball of slime is headed straight for the cereal's planet. Get ready for Chex Quest 3 Invasion. No, I don't think I will get ready. I'm just gonna jump right into it, thank you very much.
Oh, the great boss slime. Oh.
So the thing about Chex Quest 3 is that it didn't actually come out in the 90s. This was a labor of love primarily from Charles Jacoby, who was the lead artist on Chex Quest 1 and 2. Chex Quest 3 was released 11 years after Chex Quest 2 in 2008, and it shows. I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that Chex Quest 3 blows the other games out of the water in terms of design. You think everything's gonna be the same, and then bam, you open the door to this massive room filled with more detail and more enemies than you've ever seen before from Chex Quest.
I don't know, it just looks really blue to me. Like, the blue is hurting my eyes. I think that might just be
I'm
a me
out of
thing, though.
ammo. I've never been out of ammo.
Oh hey, Omi, welcome back.
By the time I'm done spooning these Phlemoids, there's gotta be a better way to
Yeah,
say
there's-
that. By the time I'm done and I open this door to get more ammo, the whole area
By
is
the
full of
time we're
slimy
done
bastards
shoving a
again.
spoon
When I
up
have
their
to run around
asses.
the upper area of this room, they're back again. I run into a room with flashing red lighting because Chex Quest, now unbound by the limitations of corporate development timetables and the vanilla Doom engine, has evolved. As I exit Central Command, my ammo supply not looking great, my health a lot lower than it's been in a long, long time, Chex Quest is making me feel nervous. The next battle outside
Could
of
be
the United
fucking
Cereals building, frantic, tough, as I see those slime meteors raining down from the sky onto the planet. I
You
am terrified.
motherforker.
They just give me a rocket launcher because in the next room,
The fucking squishy sounds are... They're really selling
It
it.
isn't long until I'm forced to bring out the plasma. I have no other choice. This has become a real game, like an actual challenge. Probably only on Nightmare, but still. As I shoot this Phlemoidus Cycloptus Ultricus, better known as the Super Cycloptus, a regular Cycloptus respawns. And then another. That clock is ticking. They'll be back. And so, on my second visit to the General Chambers of the United Cereals, I take my first death in Chex Quest. And then my second. I mean, with all the props in this room blocking my shots, it is a little bit of a pain, but also I'm not really a Nightmare player, so I have to adjust my style to fit, which means I have to haul ass. Through this adorable train section that leads out of the United Cereals building and into Villa Chex. Whatever Rush State Chex Quest 2 dropped in, there isn't even a hint of it here. Each level is distinct, detailed, and deadly. I'm maining the plasma gun now because I have to. Be quick or be dead.
It's got serious,
We're faced
y'all.
with the Phlemoideus
Serious
Stridicus,
slimage.
Fucking Phlemoid Striders, who are fast, and you'd think they'd just be sprite-swapped pink demons, but no. They've got 75 more hit points, and they'll be up
Oh,
your ass for the rest
dear.
of the episode.
They'll
They've
be
learned
up
their
your
lesson
ass
about
like that
mazes
fork and
in this
spoon.
vineyard, although I didn't have time
And
to
a
look at
spork.
the map because I was too busy zorching, because there were 2 Super Cyclopti, and they'll be back. I take the time to grab a secret BFG and start running. But it's not enough.
Oh, damn.
Oh god, a wine cellar with a mini-boss?
Fucking got wrecked. It's got like 7 health.
Provincial Park? More like Strider Park. Look at all of them. I will stop to compliment the level theming, texture work, and general good design of all of this. It's really a cut above the original Chex Quest. With all of these monsters in what is essentially a giant open level, respawning after I kill them, it makes this a lot harder. But it gets worse. Chex Quest didn't have an enemy to take the place of Lost Souls. Until now.
What? Well,
And the game places them in what I can say is a really cool way. They're around this slime meteor that's our last stop for the game. They're called phlegm mines. They are also my least favorite enemy in Chex Quest, and the game makes sure to absolutely swarm you with them if you want to get into the last level.
the fucking noises. Oh my god.
Why did I turn strict Doom compatibility on? That means I can't even run under them. This was made for Z-Doom, I shouldn't have done that. So in yet another change of scenery, we have the spaceship meteor. Yet another level that's uniquely themed and designed. Look at this, a blue phlegm key? Only this level has phlegm keys, like Doom has skull keys. Don't let it be said that Chex Quest didn't go out with a bang. Everything that was good about Chex Quest has been amplified in this one, and it's actually pretty damn good. It shouldn't be. It's a licensed game from a goddamn cereal company. Or I guess
Yeah,
it was.
right?
And I guess it still is because later they
We
did
in the
do
fucking
Chex
Twilight
Quest
Zone.
HD. It's at this point that the game gets
got
real
fucking
stingy with
positive
health.
reviews
I need a
on
complete
Steam.
Supercharged breakfast, damn it.
The sounds are getting me. They're just... Oh, damn. They actually make you try. They actually make you try. This is so weird.
And in the bowels of this slimy meteor, I zorch Lord Snorfulus back to hell. or wherever. He's basically a cyber demon.
I'm still not over the fact that
much. Against all
this-
odds, you have
this game
single-handedly foiled the
has
invasion.
positive
Yeah,
reviews.
I guess. But there's still
on
a lot
Steam.
of slime
It's-
meteors crashing into the planet, and that's probably
Just think
not
about
good.
that,
They
because
look
like the
pretty
AAA,
big.
quadruple A
That's
games that are
planetary
coming out these
cataclysm
days,
we've got there. A real
even they can't get
extinction-level
that.
event. I hope the vineyard survived.
Oh. This is so wild. I'm gonna have to look up later, like, all the food and drink brand games that have come out over the years. I'm gonna have to look that up later. Might find one I'll actually want to play. It's your childhood. I wonder why I don't remember any of these, because I played Doom when I was a kid. So, I don't know. I just don't ever remember hearing or seeing, like, ads for it at all. Yeah, the Pepsi Man one's the only one I remember hearing about. Which, to be fair, I didn't hear about the Pepsi Man game when it came out. I heard about it years later. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look up like all the ones that have come out over the years and see if there's one I would actually play. Just for curiosity's sake. Because that's wild. Yeah, that's another good Civvie video. Another good Civvie video.